reacting to the FNAF Five Nights at Freddy's Iceberg. Now, I'm not gonna react to this one, the director's cut, since 2 hours and 21 minutes. 2 hours, 21 minutes, and 20 seconds. I'm gonna be reacting to this one. And I watched a little bit already, so yeah, I go back to... Oh! No! No, I don't want your free YouTube Weezer codes.
So, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure this game doesn't need an explanation at this point. If you've watched my channel for even a second, you know that I'm pretty into Five Nights at Freddy's. And in my opinion, Five Nights at Freddy's is legitimately a pretty good series, and with a franchise as expansive as Five Nights at Freddy's, there's going to be a lot to dig into, which should see attention to today's video. This is the Five Nights at Freddy's Iceberg.
Yeah, see, this one's a bit smaller, and look at the other ones.
You probably already know how an
also, if you look at the other ones are like 25 layers deep. The other one is 25 layers deep, and the one is, and the other one, and another one is like really short.
First off, I just wanted to credit Mish Cause here real quick, since he made the original.
Oh yeah, Mish Cause, I know her.
Iceberg video, and you know, yeah, it's the father of all Iceberg videos. Secondly, I made my own Iceberg image for this video, and while I do know about the other two images that exist, this one is too short, and this one has a lot of troll talk. While I do know about the other two images that exist, this
one's too short. And this one's just too long.
Of troll topics. So I made my very own image, which combines some points from both Iceberg images, as well as ones that I added in there. Anyways, let's just get started.
Okay. Tip. Start with the tip.
1987 in FNAF 1.
Oh yeah, the 1987 thing. This led you to Golden Freddy, by the way.
So in some of the Five Nights at Freddy's games, after beating the 6th night, you will unlock an additional 7th night.
Yeah, the custom night,
in which you can adjust the animatronics AI however you please. Well, if you list the animatronics AI in the order 1987, which is a reference to an event that phone guy tells you in the Night 1 phone call.
But then it was the bite of 87.
Then instead of being taken to the night transition screen as usual,
Golden Freddy
instead be taken to Golden Freddy's jump scare. This Easter egg wasn't in earlier versions of the game originally.
Yeah, I tried that and it doesn't work.
Because Gus Coughlin, the creator of the game, wanted to halt rumors made by a lot of people that you would supposedly unlock an alternate ending for the game if you played the custom night mode with the animatronics AI set to 1987. And in case you need proof that it didn't exist in earlier versions, I had the MFA file to version 1.1 of Five Nights at Freddy's, the absolute earliest version of the game.
But when I was
1.0 ending frame that could be found. The only endings in the file were the original 3 that you would run across.
Wait, the original 3?
5, 6, and 7. RWQFSFASXC.
Oh, Shadow Bonnie.
This is the name of a secret animatronic that could be found in FNAF 2. Alternatively named Shadow Bonnie, his role in FNAF 2 is to crash your game when he spawns in the office.
Yeah, he crashed my games like 5 times already.
And most players don't usually come across him. Shadow Bonnie eventually does return in FNAF 3, playing a bigger part in said game, mainly as a means of achieving the game's alternative ending, nicknamed the Good Ending. He also returns in FNAF World as a playable character alongside Shadow Freddy. Lastly, he appears in both Ultimate Custom Night and FNAF AR. JJ is a secret character that can appear at random in FNAF 2. Unlike Shadow Bonnie, however,
it's just Balloon Boy, but girl.
Anyway. She has a similar appearance to Balloon Boy, with her major visual difference being her color palette. She does eventually return in both FNAF World.
Oh look, I'm gonna point something out. Okay, JJ, there's a file in the FNAF World's game. There's a voice clip in FNAF World's thing, and it's basically JJ swearing. It's like, no, I'm gonna kick your ass. Wait, I can't say that in the game? Like, it's like that.
Ultimate Custom Night, with her role in FNAF World as being a playable character, and her role in Ultimate Custom Night being to act as a secondary Balloon Boy. Purple Guy is William Afton.
Also known as Dave Miller.
Series, the one responsible for the missing children's incident indicated in the first game. At first, he was simply referred to as just Purple Guy due to his color palette containing mostly purple.
But he's also Dave Miller.
In the FNAF novel, The Silver Eyes, we learned that the identity of Purple Guy is actually William
Oh yeah,
Afton.
Dave Miller.
Furthermore, one of the teasers for Sister Location holds the phrase Afton Robotics within its source code. Eventually, though, William Afton's name is just flat out mentioned
Mr.
in the opening of
Mr.
Sister Location
Afton
by the narrator. Scott is a Christian.
Wait, he
Despite making a
is?
game series about murderous animatronics shoving security guards into lethal suits, the game's creator, Scott Cawthon, is actually a Christian. Before FNAF,
He
he's been known for
is?
making a series of other games, as well as a series of animated shorts called The Pilgrim's Progress, and additionally making
What?
games revolving around the series. Some of his other work also
Okay.
involves games such as The Desolate Hope, There Is No Pause Button.
Oh, that one's this one right here. This one right here is the FNAF 3 troll game that we played that we played in the last episode. At least I played.
Famously, Chipper and Sons Lumber Co. Scott's work before FNAF is actually incredibly massive, and it's definitely worth checking out. I'll be showing a list of all the games he's made on
Whoa!
screen here.
Look at all this. Oh, and 2004 is where there is no pause button.
I recommend pausing the video to look at it all because
Why is it like really weird names like floppy disk, rage quit, use holy water, there is no pause button, bimp my dungeon, jump, I don't know about that, sit and survive. But use holy water. That one caught me up.
This is pretty bare to bones information, but
ScottGames.com.
ScottGames.com. Before the site was used to promote his game.
Oh, there's also another one called FNAFworld.com. ScottGames.com is actually no longer actually a thing. See, www. Wait, what? How? Wait, what? SCOTT. Scott Games. Scott Games. See, there's nothing showing on Scott Games. And we look up www.FNAFworld.com. www.FNAFworld.com. See, FNAF World and Scott Games are literally just dead. Wait, how do I look for the source code? Show page source. Let's see if there's any hidden stuff. It's www.scottgames.com. But FNAFworld.com. Blank. Yeah. No. Oh, that's later. That's later. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Yeah, Scott Games and FNAF World is literally just black right now.
Other events that Scott was attending, especially charity events. However, nowadays Scott mainly uses the website
Games.
for all the
Maybe if there's a new security breach teaser, Scott will probably put that thing up again.
Freddy's. Oh, right. I suppose I should go over what the teasers are for people who don't know. Scott uses teaser images in a different light. Many of the teaser images Scott makes includes hidden messages or images. These can include brightening up said images or looking at the source code of said teasers, as was earlier implied. Essentially,
wait a minute. Oh, I have a thing. Scott Games. Oh, no. Wait a minute, there's a ScottGames.com. Search page source, Scott Games. Wait, what happens if I take a screenshot? What if I take a screenshot, adjust the saturation, adjust the contrastness, saturation, let's adjust that. Yeah, he could have hidden someone in here. Exposure, highlightness, shadows, yes. Set everything up to things, I guess. Don't know what that does. Sharpness. I don't think Scott like did anything with that. So yeah, I thought it was gonna be the mango teaser.
For a lot of war purposes, but don't expect me to dive into that rabbit
Wait,
hole.
wait. Gotta have to do a storage check. 73. Yeah, we should be good.
Long time ago, and I'm not diving back into it. Freddy in Space Final Boss.
Oh, that's gotta be Scott Coffin.
2016, a few months after its initial release.
FNAF World.
2. This included new characters, a new map, and new content. Anyways,
You won't get tired of my voice for you.
Space is one of the mini games that is
FNAF 57.
Update 2. At the end of the mini game, you're faced with the final boss. The final boss in question is.
Oh, grind up your code and use it for the
literally
game
just
over
Scott
screen.
Cawthon's head in a bottle. I'm not making that up. Right, you're seeing right
Oh my
there is
God.
an image of Scott's head inside of a tube with metallic claws coming out. Yeah, needless to say, FNAF World didn't really take itself too seriously, and yet people still think it's canon in some way.
Yeah.
Again, not diving back to the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I'm not going in the rabbit hole either.
This was an unused asset that can be found in FNAF 2's game files. The meter was meant to rise longer the player wore the mask, with the full meter potentially causing the player to force the mask off. This was removed due to there already being enough counters to camp in the
Like
mask,
the puppets.
i.e. with their Foxy and the puppet. So, simply put, it was removed due to it being kind of pointless. There's a video on YouTube which showcases what the toximeter would have been like if it was in the final release of the game. Considering that there is still some code in the game for it, just no way of activating it.
I thought the toxic meter will kill you if it reaches full.
Mangle. Shortly after FNAF World's release, a teaser arose on ScottGames.com.
This is what I thought it was. See?
First with a black screen. However, people indicated that brightening up the image would show something different. Upon doing so, however, you're met with a pretty heartbreaking image, which shown on the
Look, see, this is what I think it is. You know the black screen, not the black screen of death, but this the one on Scott Games. If I just do this, okay, let me screenshot this. Let me screenshot all of this and look at this. File name, because I'm gonna do something. Show magnifier. Adjust color, and then I'm gonna increase the exposure, the contrast, the highlights, the shadows, saturation, temperature, cool temperature. Do that. Like I thought there's gonna be like some kind of like the hanging mango thing. Yeah, that's what I thought literally.
So, however, you're met with a pretty heartbreaking image. What's shown on the Brian version of the teaser is Adventure Mangle being hanged, and the words, "See what you've all done," below it. It's really saddening, and even more so when you learn that Scott actually started developing suicidal thoughts after the backlash he received after releasing FNAF World. Except that there's more to this teaser. Yep, so turning up the saturation will reveal that Adventure Mangle isn't actually itself, but it's just instead just hanging onto a paddle ball using its mouth, which is the same one that Adventure Mangle is seen with in the trailer for FNAF World. So yeah, the image wasn't actually revealed to be Adventure Mangle hanging itself, but it's
imagine if it is
the context of this teaser being made. Thankfully, Scott seems to be doing a lot better now, but it's still sad to think someone like Scott actually started developing suicidal thoughts, and it would have been tragic if something were to happen to him. Anyways, I better not dwell onto this for too long, so let's just move on. FNAF 3 fun facts. Many people are aware of the newspaper that you achieve in the third Five Nights at Freddy's game after completing Nightmare Mode. However, the text that borders the It Burns title, along with its description, actually has readable text with it. Using some simple editing on the image, you can better make out what the sections say. There
local attraction based on an ancient pizzeria chain. burnt down overnight. Authorities have not ruled out the full play, but if it's aims are caused by faulty wiring, then have seen few items that were salvaged should be sold at public auction. I can read that one. Fun fact: the name Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy were just placeholders and meant to be changed.
There were 2 fun facts that were made during the production of the first 3 FNAF games, including how Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica were originally just nicknames for the titular characters, but ended up becoming the official names when the game finished.
Okay.
How Scott had nightmares about Bonnie in real life due to him thinking
Wait,
he was
what?
the scariest animatronic he had made, and how he had modeled Foxy during a 24-hour road trip, and that could explain why Foxy looked so torn up. Poor Foxy.
Okay.
Nose honk. This is just a funny
Nose
little
honk.
gag you can do in every FNAF game. It just revolves on making this sound play. In the first game, clicking on Freddy's nose on the
I've done that before,
will trigger the sound.
like a lot of
The
times.
same can be done on Toy Freddy's nose on the poster to the left in FNAF 2. In FNAF 3, the Freddy drawing will play the sound if its nose is pressed on. In FNAF 4, the Freddy plush on the player's bed will produce the sound if its nose is clicked on. In Sister Location, the Fredbear plush will play the sound if you press its nose in the private room. In Pizzeria Simulator, Helpy's nose can also be honked while playing the survival section of the game.
Survival?
The Freddy plush on the player's desk can have its nose honked again in UCN. Freddy's nose can be honked in the menu for FNAF VR, albeit very hard to do, as well as in Freddy's parts and service level, and finally, Freddy's nose can be honked in the star menu for FNAF AR. Pre-patch 1020 mode and FNAF SL. Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location received a DLC
But also
update
Energy
at around
Mask can
December of
honk,
2016, nicknamed
like
Sister Location
in the primary
Custom
control
Night. And
module.
of course, there was a challenge that many people wanted to beat, where all the animatronics were set at max AI, called 1020 mode.
Oh yeah,
Originally, there was less power available and people attempted to take on this mode, but eventually a patch was released for the game that gave the player more power when playing the mode. Only a couple of people have actually been able to complete the challenge
Bang,
for the
bang,
patch,
bang.
including Splitdiff, Funny Gabrielle, and Megapie.
Oh.
FNAFworld.com.
Oh yeah,
As mentioned before, Scott
FNAFworld.com.
posts teasers on his main website, scottgames.com.
Five
However,
Nights
did
at
you know that he
Freddy's
actually has a
World.com.
second website called FNAFworld.com? Sometimes specific teasers and
Wait a minute,
appear
is that
on
where the
website,
mangle
including
picture
some source
is?
code relating to an incident occurring to Ennard at the
You're
end of Sister
crowding
Location.
us, be quiet, you can't tell us what to do anymore. Yes, I can, but you'll do anything I told you to do. We outnumber you, that doesn't matter, dummy. We found a way to eject you and you'll be lost without me. I'll say goodbye to our friend, I can put myself back together.
And with Baby is kicked out of the group. It's not used that often, but still something that many FNAF fans
Stop! I'm trying to. That's why I should get used to Perman.
pay attention to. Sparky the dog. Sparky is one of, if not
Sparky?
the very first hoax that Five Nights at Freddy's
It's
has
me.
ever had. The anomaly around Sparky the dog is that he would sometimes appear in the backstage of the
Wait,
first
what?
game, and at the time it was deviously convincing. It would be believable that you would miss him during normal gameplay. However, it has been confirmed by Scott himself that Sparky is indeed a
Sparky
hoax,
is
and is not
faked.
in the game. Even more so, if you look into the game's files, there is not a single trace of Sparky to be found in the game at all. But this is still a classic, and is the hoax that most people say is the most convincing. CD Plus.
Oh,
CD
CD
Plus refers
Plus.
to a shortcut that can be used in both the first and second games. To use the shortcut, the player must first be transported into the office. Then the player must
It's
hold
the
down both the C
instant
and
night,
D
instant
keys.
win.
While holding down
It's
both keys, the
instant
player
win.
must press the plus key at the same time. If done successfully, the player will be instantly taken to the 6 a.m. screen. This was used as a developer's shortcut for when Scott was making the game, but was left in after the game was released. This same shortcut can be used in the second game as well.
Yeah, I've done
However, it
that.
is also required that the player hold their mouse over Toy Freddy's nose hitbox, the same one that makes the honk sound effect. The
Honk.
shortcut was finally removed upon the release of FNAF 3, but
Yeah,
the legacy
CD
of
Plus
CD
is
Plus still
removed,
remains
by the way.
prevalent today, and you can still do the CD Plus tricks in both FNAF 1 and
I
FNAF
always
2
do
today.
that to skip
Big
nights.
Bug. Big Bug is the name of a YouTuber who played both the first
Oh,
and
Big
second
Bug.
FNAF games. He's on this list because he was the very first person to complete the
List?
infamous 2020-2020 mode in the first game. The video
2020.
showcased here shows the
2020.
strategy used for this attempt that Big Bug won on the mode
It's the
on.
Big Bug
This
strat.
strategy is often referred to as the Big Bug strat.
I use my
Nowadays,
own
however, many
strats.
people don't
Close
like
the
to use
doors.
the Big Bug
Close the
strat.
doors and
and
look
instead
at
prefer
cameras
to
and
rely
open
on
the
the more
doors, close the
reliant
doors, open
Fraser
the cameras,
strat. So what
open the
exactly
doors,
made
close the
Big Bug
doors,
strategy
the cameras.
inferior? Well, simply put, it was a lot more luck-based than other strats that came around once new tricks involving the game were discovered. And however, he is technically important
Oh,
to FNAF's history, as he did so the
I
420.
tried the thing where well if someone's jump scaring me like Chico or Bonnie, I flip the cameras, like I keep on continuously flipping the cameras,
was possible,
and I do that
something
if
that
the
many
CD
people were
plus doesn't
skeptical
work.
of at the time. Lives in FNAF 1 to 3.
Lives?
were an unused mechanic in the first 3 FNAF games, originally debuting in FNAF 1.
Lives.
In the official gameplay video on Scott's YouTube channel, a live symbol could be seen when taken to the night transition screen, before being removed as an unused mechanic. However, what's even stranger is that the lives can be found in both the FNAF 2 and FNAF 3 MFAs, even though they never appear in those games. What I think happened is that Scott simply copied the MFA files for FNAF 1 and simply made both FNAF 2 and FNAF 3 from the copies of said MFA and didn't bother to remove them, which honestly wouldn't be too out of the question. 395248. The numbers 395248 are used as one of the steps to achieve an ending in FNAF 3, nicknamed the Good Ending.
Wait, is it
This
good
involves
ending?
using a series of hidden buttons and codes throughout the game to play through secret mini-games.
I always get
and
the
complete
bad
steps
ending,
in
the
achieving
one with the
ending.
lights.
The numbers
The one with the
395248
animatronic
are
heads with
used
the
in
lights
this series
on.
of tiles seen in the office. The tiles act as a number
Beep,
dial,
beep,
and
beep,
inputting the
beep,
values
beep,
correctly will
beep,
send the
beep,
player to
beep,
another
beep,
mini-game, crucial to unlocking the
Stage
ending.
0,
The numbers
1.
can be seen again as one of the steps in unlocking the clock ending in FNAF World. Blip 3. Blip 3 is the
Blip
name of a sound
3?
used in the first Five Nights at Freddy's game.
What
The
is
sound in
blip?
question
Is
plays when you're
blip 3
switching
just like the camera flipping sound?
between camera rooms. I'll play the sound in question for you now. While it's not exactly
That is, like,
unknown,
really
it's less well known than some of the other names for sounds in the game, like X Scream, Draw, Kill, and...
Wait, draw kill? Wait, that sounds a bit familiar. Flashbacking, 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 flashbacking,
Draw
flashbacking,
kill. Those
flashbacking. Oh, it hit me! It hit me! It hit me! It hit me! It's those. It's the things. It's the thing. It's the animatronics cover the things. It's the animatronics cover. Oh no. No. It's the animatronics cover with the things. Wait a minute. Let me search that up. Draw kill animatronics. Oh, what game is it? Five Nights at Freddy's Draw Kill? What the? Never heard of that game before, but okay. Oh, is this like twisted Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics? Well, like more twisted than wait, Draw Kill Golden Freddy exists? Wait, okay. Wait, Five Nights at Freddy's Draw Kill. Let's see what this is about. Five Nights at Freddy's Draw Kill. Darkness creeps up on Fazbear's as the animatronics become evil Dracos, led by Draco Golden Freddy, and Dracos became operations to limit anyone in their way of speed. Build a fair animatronic, the SWAT counter hunt them down. Which side will prevail? 4 characters only. Okay. Okay. So it's basically like the game that everybody is talking about in 2020. Yeah, you know the one I mean. You know the one I mean. Wait a minute. As I conclude from my reflectionness, the draw kills started out like a parasite, then it goes into animatronics and make them like go crazy and stuff. And I just thought that I just thought about something. Technically, if you count this, I'm now an animatronic now, so So if I get exposed to the, you know what I mean? Exposed to the, you know what I mean? And then I'll be dead. I'll be straight up dead and get controlled by them. Sweet. Let's see. Draw, kill, Freddy, Nightmare. Okay. Wait. Have I been blacklisted? Me, the mangle will eat you. Oh yeah, there's a mangle hanging on my ceiling. Get the gun. Get down from there. Nah. You know what? Technically, I'm not Samuel anymore. I'm Freddy Fazbear. Since, you know what I mean. William put me into a suit and then let me suffer. You know what I mean. Wait, the mango. But still, I do not wanna. Huh? Alright, let's see. Well, 20 plus you guy. Dismantle. Oh. Briar will get eaten by the mangle as well. Rachel will get eaten as well. Oh god, the mangle's getting closer. Wait, that means I've been blacklisted. I've been blacklisted. Dun 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 dun. No sans music right now. No editors, no sans music. Okay. So that means draw, kill, animatronics is basically twisted times 2. Freddy? Yeah? What's up? What are you looking at? We're looking at the Iceberg video about draw kills. Yeah? Yeah. What is a draw kill? Imagine we opened up pizzeria and HE double hockey sticks. Then they're the hell version of us. Okay, all right. Enough about me getting eaten by mangoes and draw kill animatronics. Okay, back to this.
Draw kill animatronics made their way into the FNAF community.
I told you I saw them somewhere. I told you I heard the word draw kill somewhere. Oh, am I carrying a backpack or is that a parasite lurching? I don't know, but that was a thick hands. And Foxy looks like he has a butcher's knife.
The release of FNAF 3. A trailer featuring the characters was made upon their initial arrival, and while a trailer was never meant to fool people into thinking it entitled the third game, some gullible people believed it.
No, I said no sans music. Oh, yeah. Wait, flashbacks, flashback.
Okay,
Flashback.
punch out that screen door. Chica?
Flashback. Oh, yeah, the models match. The models match up. The models have a perfect match.
Of FNAF 3.
You
a trailer
are the
featuring
perfect
the characters
match.
was made upon their initial arrival, and while a trailer was never meant to fool people into thinking it entitled the third game, some gullible people believed it, and the Dracula animatronics
I said no sans
became a staple to many
music.
FNAF kids'
One more
hearts,
sans
myself
music and I'm gonna
included.
shoot you.
Eventually, sometime in FNAF 3's
Oh, the
lifetime, they
mangle's right
eventually
above
died
me.
off. However, there's still a small piece
And
of
that
FNAF history,
mangle
and they
looks a
personally
bit
hold a special nostalgic place
twisted.
in my heart, and thus a rightful way to conclude this layer of the iceberg.
Yeah, that mango looks a bit twisted. It looks like it got exposed to the...
Cam stalling. Cam stalling is a technique that's first introduced in FNAF 1. The technique involves stopping a character from moving by looking at a camera they're on. This technique can be done with Freddy in FNAF 1, and the technique was brought back again in Ultimate Custom Night. The technique in Ultimate Custom Night is absolutely crucial in beating the infamous 50-20 mode. Music Man uses FNAF 1 Scream.
Wait,
An
really?
odd detail that some people have pointed out about Ultimate Custom Night is Music Man's jump scare. All the animatronics jump scare sounds line up with their respective
FNAF
games
1
that
Pizzeria
animatronics and jump scare
Simulator.
sounds came from. Well, Music Man's jump scare uses the FNAF 1 Scream sound effect, and what's weird is that Music Man is a
You know
character
this
from
FNAF
Pizzeria
1
Simulator.
Scream is like
This
someone
has been a
is
mystery
a
for a
woman
while,
giving
and many
birth
people
to
are still wondering
aliens.
if it ties into anything. It could mean something, but at the same time, it could mean absolutely nothing. Sugar. The character Sugar was a supposed animatronic that would appear in FNAF 2 in the prize corner. Many people thought that this silhouette in the prize corner camera was of a character that somebody named Emil Mako created,
That's what the poster
named
said.
Candy. And obviously, Emil Mako went on to create the Five Nights at Candy's game. However, the reason he actually did end up making that game was because many people kept asking him if the character he made prior to FNAF's creation was in the game, and in response, he made a game to pretty much say, hey, my character is not in this game, stop bugging me about it. And then it got popular. Additionally, though, if you look at the assets for the prize corner in FNAF 2, you would have noticed that the room that you always see has that silhouette all the time. It just looks a bit odd to people, I guess. Open FNAF 4 box in FNAF World. There's an unused asset in the files for FNAF World which shows the box from FNAF 4 open.
It's
For those who aren't aware of what the box is, in FNAF 4, after beating Night 7, you'll be taken to this scene of a box. There's text alongside the scene which says, some things are best left forgotten for now. And we never really get an explanation as to what's in the box. However, this unused texture reveals that Scott originally intended to
Wait a minute, some things are left forgotten for now. Oh, I got it.
In the box, but decided against it before the game was released. There's also a really interesting post which reveals that not only is this in the game, but it has some code, and some very specific code too. I'll read the post to you all. Everyone knows about this unused box texture in FNAF World, but there's something neat in the source code that I don't think has been brought up before. Let's open the MFA and see what's in there. First, the texture is found in the Underground 1 frame, but look what the object is called. Intrigued? There's more to it because Scott assigned some code to it. To explain, random is an alterable RNG that differs in number count. For example, I can assign it to this, random 6 plus 20. So it'll choose a random number around or between 6 or 20. Oh, by the way, this is actually incorrect. As somebody who uses ClickTeam, it doesn't choose between 6 and 20, it chooses between 20 and 26. Just thought I put that correction in there. As you can see, Scott misused the action for the object since it's calling a random out of a random. As a result, this does absolutely nothing and doesn't affect the game. This is incorrect as well. It does pick values, but no additional coding is used for events to occur from it. So nothing in the game happens as a result. Though, here's what's interesting. How many
what did I miss?
Since it's calling a random out of a random. Pick values, but no additional coding is... Nothing, it doesn't affect the game. This is incorrect as
Springtrap, cuter in person, still a killer. Yeah, that's true. Unless, yeah, that's true. But it will be more aggressive if he's exposed to the, you know what I mean. Oh God, that mangle is like a spider right now. Yeah, that mango, I think he's exposed to the, you know what I mean. I'm not saying the name anymore. I'm not saying the name anymore. It just sounds demonic. It just sounds like really demonic.
Well, it does pick values, but no additional coding is used for events to occur from it, so nothing in the game happens as a result. Though, here's what's interesting. How many random actions are added here? 7. Given that the box was lifted straight from 4, interesting that it was the only model that was recycled from the FNAF games, aside from the Nightmare BB model. It reminds me a lot of the Bite of 87, the supposed event that happened in the game. Though I can't use this as proof that 4 took place in 1987, I'm grasping straws here. Either way, I just want to show you more source code secrets. Feel free to post it on TCRF and the FNAF World Wiki if you want, though really, what's the name anyway? So yeah, obviously the guy doesn't understand fully how ClickTeam works, but still...
Wait, can we just talk about this for a second? Draw kill, right? Yeah, draw kill. I know, oh my, wait, they updated the banner, now it's the Glam Rocks. Huh. Draw kill, okay. Draw Kill is not an official game, as I was saying. And can we just talk about this? We have all the draw kills, and then we have all the draw. Look, see, we have all the animatronics, which are all draw kills, and the citizens. They sometimes they exactly show. They exactly see. There's only like about citizens, and then look up. Whoa. Do 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 do. And if this game comes out, I'm gonna be officially eaten by them. Me, Samuel and Freddy Fazbear. Samuel as Freddy Fazbear is gonna get eaten alive by the scraps and parts about Mangle. Oh, the bite of 2021. Do 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 do.
Thought this would be a nice little addition to the iceberg, considering there is coding linked to the unused object. Sister Location Trailer 2.
Trailer
In the description
2?
of the SL trailer on Scott's channel,
This
it's mentioned
fire
that this is
ground?
the first trailer for the game. However, the second Sister Location trailer was never released on his YouTube channel or anywhere else for that matter. So whereas the second trailer, well, it was never made. Before Sister Location's release, Scott made a post explaining what had happened to the second trailer, explaining that he simply thought the one trailer was enough, and as a result, it was never made. I've heard some people say that the opening for Sister Location is the second trailer, but
so that means
I never
if
really
we all
understood
play
that.
Sister
Toxic
Location,
Song. While we're on the
all
topic of
watch
FNAF
the
World,
second
there's an
trailer.
unused attack in the game called Toxic Song. This attack
Toxic
probably would have
Song,
poisoned enemies judging by the name, although it isn't definitive who would have inhabited the attack. Some people say that it would have
Mango
gone
is like touching
Springtrap
my
and
head
Phantom
right now.
Mangle, since their counterparts, Funtime Foxy
The-
and Spring Bonnie,
the-
both have Cosmic
the-
Song and are the only
the-
ones to have those attacks in the
the
game. So,
draw-
it's another topic in the pile
Mango
of
is
unused
it's like
features in
right on
FNAF
my
World.
head right now.
Bonnie running in FNAF 1 trailer.
The-
A shot from the first
the
5 Nights
draw-
of Freddy's trailer features Bonnie
Mango
running
is like
across
really
the
on my
West
head.
Mall, as opposed to Fox
Wait,
doing it.
IGN?
It's still debatable whether this is originally going to
Wait,
be
this is
across the
from
West Mall,
IGN.
as opposed to Foxy doing it. It's still debatable whether this is originally going to be in the game and that it was simply replaced by Foxy before the game release, or this animation was made specifically for the trailer. Still, though, it's really interesting to see.
Oh.
Elevator Biddy Bab. Sometimes after entering the elevator in Sister Location, a Biddy Bab will appear on the left side of the
Biddy
elevator
Bab?
watching you. It's just
Don't
there
eat
for
the baby,
atmosphere,
guys.
but
Don't eat
still
the
pretty
baby.
rare to come across from what I've seen.
Beep, beep,
Phantom
beep,
Bonnie.
beep.
Just like with Sugar and Sparky, this was another hoax animatronic that would supposedly appear in FNAF 3. Since there isn't a phantom version of Bonnie in the game, with a representative of Bonnie coming in the form of Springtrap, some
Okay.
people tried to make other people believe that Phantom Bonnie was in the game. Thankfully, though, not many people seem to believe in this, and it's just another part of the hoax list on this iceberg.
Okay.
Night 5 phone call reverse. The Night 5 phone call in
Oh, that's
FNAF
gonna be
1
some
is
kind of
arguably
book,
one of the
isn't it?
creepiest things in the game. The audio plays as follows.
I can actually
These
mimic that.
things in the game. The audio plays as follows.
What's going
However, what's interesting is that this audio is not only reversible, but distinctable as well once reversible. The audio comes from a phrase of a book with the name The Autobiography of a Yogi.
Oh.
And the phrase talks about how metal can have a life force, which sounds similar to how the animatronics have life
Animatronics.
inside of them.
Well,
That one
good
really
thing of
had the
being
most atmosphere
well,
in it.
the good thing of being an animatronic is that we can smoke, we can drink as much as we like because we have no lungs, we have no livers because we're animatronics. But the bad thing about the animatronic being an animatronic is that the draw the thing is the draw is thing is like thing can like get really we can get like really under control by the you know.
Chica's Party World. There's an odd detail that some people have discovered within the teasers for FNAF's sister location.
Chica's Party
Looking through the
World.
source code of the game, the phrase Chica's Party World can be found. This has led to a lot of speculation as to what this phrase means, specifically if this was a location and when in the timeline the location would be in.
That means
While we
one
still
time
don't know
Chica's
an
rented
answer, it's still
out.
an interesting topic in the FNAF community. The Desolate Room. The Desolate Room was another game that was made by Scott Cawthon before Five Nights at Freddy's. The game featured the character Coffee and would later get a sequel in 2012 named The Desolate Hope. The titular character Coffee would later appear as a playable character in FNAF World Update 2,
what?
along with Mr. Chipper. While we're on the topic of the
Mr.
Desolate
Chipper?
Room, there's a point on one of the previous icebergs that mentions that assets from sister location were taken from that game. Sure, it's possible, but I wouldn't say it's likely. Unused poison effects in FNAF World. In the
Poison?
files for FNAF World, there is an unused poison animation that would have been applied to the enemies. It's likely this was removed due to there being a poison effect applied to the enemies already, so the poison animation wouldn't have much of a use and was scrapped during development. Beta Endo, a beta version of the
Oh, this endoskeleton has whole 900 has whole 9001 eyes.
skeleton can be seen
This endoskeleton has whole 9001 eyes. Not gonna lie.
in the initial green light for Five Nights at Freddy's, containing red eyes and sharp teeth.
Yeah, see? Whole 9001 eyes.
Come back later, but just know that this version of the endoskeleton went unused, simply because it seemed a little too try-hard, and thus the final endos were conceived and went with the game's release. FNAF 1 Scream Origins.
Oh! Skip this part if you want to, since this part is a bit adultive, as well as I want to say. Since, as I mentioned before, the FNAF 1 Scream is from a movie when a woman gives life to aliens. So yeah, skip this part if you want to.
Origin for the Scream sound effect used in FNAF 1 comes from the science fiction film Inseminoid. I'll play the footage of the Scream in the movie, and then I'll play the Scream used in-game.
Oh, X-Scream is that? X-Scream is that?
I have heard that the Scream
It's a
used
bit-
in Inseminoid is just a stock Scream in itself, but I have found no tangible proof
It's a
of this.
bit similar
Minarina
as
in
well.
the circus control room. Rarely upon entering the circus control room in sister location, a Minarina will appear inside the room
Trolling.
and twirl. This
Troll.
doesn't do anything, it's just a neat little Easter egg, so yeah. Twirl.
Troll.
Unused Balloon Boy jump scare. In the files for FNAF VR Curse of Dreadbear, there is an
Wait,
unused
Curse of
Balloon Boy
Dreadbear?
jump scare animation that you cannot
What?
see. This jump scare would have played in the Trick or Treat minigame and went unused because,
It's not even
look at
scary.
Balloon Boy. How
I
do you
won't
get
even
scared of
jump.
that? So
Like
Balloon
what?
Boy's jump
Like
scare
what?
was replaced by Nightmare
Like
Balloon
what?
Boy for the Trick or Treat minigame,
Like
but
what
the unused
the
animation can still be found in
like
the
what the
files.
puppet did to me.
Lost Trailer. I actually made a video
Lost
about
Trailer?
this topic a few months back, so watch that if you want more specific details as to what I'm about to talk about here. But one of the first comments on the FNAF 1 trailer mentioned that there was a lost
I
FNAF
think it's an interesting angle for our game to take. Actually, change the eyes from the last video.
1 trailer featuring scarier versions of the endoskeletons with red eyes and sharp teeth. Sound familiar? Well, it's because we actually have an image of something like this. This image was released on Steam while FNAF was still going over its green light, but this has led to people trying to search for this supposed lost trailer. The commenter has eventually
Use the
come out
Wayback Machine.
saying that he simply mistook what he saw in the trailer and that the quote-unquote lost trailer was almost identical to the trailer we have now, except for the ending shot. So while people are still trying to look for this trail has started to become a little cold, and it's becoming less likely that it'll ever be found. Early Brow Boy design. An unused enemy in FNAF World indicates an early design for Brow Boy, a boss that appears in the Pinwheel Circus area in the game. From this, we can discern that the Brown Boy would have originally appeared as a regular enemy like the Ball Boy in game, but Scott eventually decided to turn the Brow Boy into a boss instead of a regular enemy. Still, the animation can be found in the files for the game.
Okay.
Sanshi. Sanshi is a toy company who is known for making plushies for specific franchises, including FNAF. Like Funko, Five Nights at Freddy's is what they're most known for. Unlike Funko, however, their merch is much more high quality than Funko's, at least in my opinion. So you can look at their selection of plushies on their website. Blacklight animatronics and FNAF VR. A series of blacklight animatronics can be found in the game files for FNAF VR.
One is not even colored.
Consist of blacklight animatronics for the core 4 animatronics. Where they would have appeared isn't entirely clear, but they would have most likely appeared in the FNAF 1 section of the game when playing the mode in blacklight mode. The blacklight animatronics themselves appeared originally as merch from Funko, by the way, but then they were originally implemented into the game, were scrapped, and are now left in the files as unused content. Blacklight mode and Curse of Dreadbear. For the unaware, Curse of Dreadbear is the DLC for FNAF VR Help Wanted, released closing in on Halloween in 2019. As mentioned before, FNAF VR has a blacklight mode, which differs from the normal versions of the levels that you play in the game. Well, there was originally going to be a blacklight mode for Curse of Dreadbear, and there are many unused assets in the Curse of Dreadbear DLC of the game that indicated that this would have been the case. Rare Freddy Frostbear plushies. There's this really funny thing I found online where Freddy Frostbear plushies happen to be pretty rare, and as a result, they happen to be way more expensive than typical plushies. Like some plushies cost $60 just for one, as far as I'm aware. What's even funnier is that there's a Freddy Frostbear figurine that is being sold online, and you want to know how much it is? It costs $5,000. I'm not making this up. There's a screenshot to show you all that I'm not going insane.
5,000. You know what, Mangle? You can bit me now. I don't care about that. Technical difficulties, please stand by. Okay, I had a bit of a falling out. Yeah, I had a bit of a falling out in the hands of the animatronics, and I escaped. Fortunately. Right. $5,000, by the way.
It's pretty hilarious that this whole thing is even happening to begin with, but hey, that'd be pretty fun to go along with on the iceberg. Diagonal walking in FNAF World. In the trailer for FNAF World, a shot shows an animation of Overworld Freddy walking diagonally. Many people thought this was an idea originally going to be in the game, but that it was simply removed like all other unused content in the game. But no files can be found of this. Additionally, notice how vastly different the background appears and how it does in the final game. The trees blend into the background, and it appears as if the perspective of the background is completely different also. I personally believe this shot was made solely for the trailer, but hey, I could be wrong. Eighth Night. An odd glitch that can occur in the first 5 minutes of Freddy's game.
What about
9999? If you mess around with the menu enough,
what about night 9999999? What about night 999999999?
For the night act weird. If you mess around with the menu enough,
night
then
8.
You can make the night counter say night 8 once you transport in the office. This video from Dinky Dana showcases the actual 8th night in action. DJ Surf also made a video about this 8th night in the original FNAF one as well.
All 8 night. Dong, dong, dong. That's a close-up of the puppets.
Freddy Bear. Freddy Bear was the name that Freddy originally had before it was changed to just Freddy Fazbear upon the first game's release. This name can be seen in the now debunked Kickstarter for the first game, whereas the description for the game mentions
Can he survive the night shift watching over Freddy Bear and his friends?
Freddy Bear. Group hug. And
wait a minute. So you might be thinking, what, Freddy Bear? And look at this. This is more bizarre. If I'd open Steam, wait for it to load, and let's go to store. Oh, Steam news. Okay, never mind. Alright, look at this. 5 Nights Freddy's. Look at this, look at this. Look at this. Welcome to your new summer job at 45 Space Pizza, where kids and parents come for entertainment and food as far as their eye can see. The main attraction is Freddy Fazbear, of course, and his two friends. They are animatronic robots programmed to please the crowd. The robot's behavior is somewhat unpredictable in night, okay? From your small office, you must watch the security cameras carefully. You have a limited amount of electricity and that you're allowed to use per night. Cooperate budget cuts, you know. That means you run out of power for the night. No more security doors and no more lights. If something isn't right, namely if Freddy Bear or his friends aren't in their proper places, you must find on a monitor and protect yourself if you need it. See? If Freddy Bear, it's on the Steam page as well.
Teaser's code. In the thank you teaser that was released after FNAF 4's release, some people soon discovered that when digging into the source code for said teaser, the phrase group hug could be found. This arguably led people to start digging into the source code for all the rest of the teasers and future ones that would release, in the possibility that certain messages or terms might be found in those ones as well. Unused Toy Chica sprite. In the files for FNAF 2, there's a sprite of Toy Chica that doesn't appear in the game at all.
Yeah.
This asset would have been used like how Toy
Chica's missing his beak. Sound the missing beak alarm. Actually, no, never mind.
Spray in the office was used, where the sprite scrolls across the office when the animatronic is in the vent. So this meant that Toy Chica was originally meant to act almost identical to Toy Bonnie. However, it was most likely removed due to coding complications, and the sprite was left in the files. However, I was able to get the sprites to work with each other, and I've been using ClickTeam for way less than Scott has, so he has no excuse. Unused cupcake animation in FNAF World. Going back into the dog pile that is unused content in FNAF World, there exists an alternate animation for the cupcake that plays upon using the cupcake attack. This animation was seemingly meant to play after the cupcake stopped falling down, and once played, was only meant to play once before switching to the neutral animation that is seen in-game. Notice, however, that the cupcake animations have different sizes and lighting, so that this difference in the animations was the most likely reason why the bobbing animation went unused, considering the repeating animation fits the lighting and size to the cupcake when it's falling. Why Afton's head is so big. A Reddit post was made which explains why Afton's head is much bigger.
Scrap Trap. I thought Afton was like Springtrap or Dave Miller
than the rest of the animatronics in the series. It's because the head was made under the context that a human head would actually fit inside. If you need an example, taking a model of a human head and placing it inside of Springtrap's head would lead you to find out that Springtrap's head is actually way too small for a regular human head to fit inside. Yet if you take the head and place it inside of Afton's, it fits perfectly. So yep, Scott actually decided to care about anatomy in Pizzeria Simulator. Foxy was supposed to be a beaver. In the Scott Cawthon interview that Daco made, Scott mentioned how Foxy was originally supposed to be a beaver in the game, but was removed due to him not wanting the game Chipper and Sons to spark any similarity to FNAF. A wolf animatronic was also conceived for Foxy after the beaver idea flopped, but Scott eventually settled with making Foxy the way he is today. Eventually, though, both the beaver and wolf animatronic ideas would come back in the forms of both Twisted Wolf and L-Chip. Burnt Freddles, a series of charred...
Burnt Freddles sounds like some chip flavor or something like that.
You found within the files for FNAF VR, specifically within Curse of Dreadbear's files. These Freddles were meant to appear in the Build a Mangle minigame, which further supports the idea that Curse of Dreadbear was meant to have a blacklight mode. Considering the regular Freddles already appear in the Build a Mangle minigame, and these supposed alternate versions go unused in the game, it's practical proof that the blacklight mode was originally planned, but never came to fruition. Unused puppet renders. A series of puppet renders can be found within the files of FNAF 3, but all of these renders are not seen in-game at all. What is interesting,
puppet is in
however, is
FNAF
that
3?
these renders can all be seen in FNAF 2. Specifically, these renders may sometimes appear after the puppet escapes the music box, and can only appear when you flash the main hallway camera in said game. As you can see, rapid hallucinations of the puppet can be seen here, but as said before, they strangely appear in FNAF 3 with absolutely no purpose. I believe this was
that's a big
because, as
close-up.
hinted before, Scott copied the MFAs from the other games of Five Nights at Freddy's. It copied them over when making the next games. Hence, Scott most likely copied the MFA file for FNAF 2 and made FNAF 3 from said copy.
Okay.
It would explain why the puppet renders appear in the game and are left unused. Salvage. When the trailer for FNAF 3 came out, many people were excited over the new Golden Bonnie animatronic that would appear in the game. While many people had different names for this animatronic, the most popular fan name was arguably the name Salvage, and was referred to as such until Scott made a Steam post revealing the animatronic's canon name, which was, of course, Springtrap.
But let me have a look. Five Nights at Freddy's has the first round of beta testing the other night. I have two faithful beta testers who helped me out. Most probably you know they are. With the game. As the seater, am I making my tester jump out of the seat? When I warned them that with the which found very effective. Plus, he was much okay. Right.
People, myself included, probably would have preferred the name Salvage over Springtrap, but hey, the name Springtrap is still pretty cool. Theme park. As FNAF 3 was gaining a lot of traction, there was a fairly popular image that supposedly showed what the third...
Wait, the puppet render was on the back. Five Nights at... Wait, what? Wait. That 5 looks out of place. Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Welcome to Freddyland.
Game would entail. This image features a theme park looking environment with the title Freddyland along with it. While this image was interesting, it was obviously proven to be fake when the trailer for FNAF 3 released on Scott Cawthon's channel, revealing the game wouldn't take place at a theme park attraction. Unused text in FNAF World.
It takes place in Fazbear's Fright, it's a local attraction of the ancient pizzeria chain, so yeah.
Hey, I swear to all of you, this is the last time I'm going to be talking about unused FNAF World content.
Sure?
Within the game's files, there are 2 strings of text that cannot be seen in-game. The first comes from one of 8-bit Fredbear's dialogue, and it goes like this. If you keep following him, you will only finish a story. There is something more important for you to do. The second string can be found within the different endings of the game, and goes as follows. Well, congratulations. You beat a fictional monster from a fictional game. Bravo. Big deal. There's no way to trigger any of these strings, except perhaps manipulating the code of the game within the game's MFA file to force them to appear. Amalgamation animatronic, an idea that many people had during the production of...
You mean that thing from the fourth closet that looks a bit like Funtime Freddy?
3 was the box containing all the toys in this teaser for the game would have a purpose. That purpose was that Springtrap would construct an amalgamation animatronic out of the parts inside. Unfortunately, when the game did come out, there was no amalgamation animatronic to be seen, but it's still a cool idea that many people had and would have been neat to see in the game. Mediocre melodies in FNAF 3.
Mediocre
in the
melodies?
Happiest Day minigame in FNAF 3, there are a series of 5 children sitting at the...
Oh, you know what? I actually despise the mediocre melodies from an Ultimate Custom Night, and you know, Happy Frog, physical insult of Freddy, me, Mr. Hippo, incredibly long stories that will probably get my viewers bored, and you can't skip it. If you close the game, they'll just, appear. Pig Patch, annoying as always. Nedbear, I think. Nedbear, rip-off Freddy, Orville Elephant. Sounds like he's saying gay, and yeah.
Tables that originally weren't thought much of, just decoration. However, upon the release of Pizzeria Simulator, many have caught the similarity of the color palette of these children to the mediocre melodies in FNAF 3. The only character's color palette who doesn't match is Nedbear's, but it's still hard to unsee once you do see it. So either Scott simply took the color palettes of these kids and applied it to the mediocre melodies without any thought of its importance, or the matching color palette isn't just a coincidence. Dirt Pile and Midnight Motorist. Midnight Motorist is one of the mini games that could be...
Sound the twisted animatronic alerts, and in the Twisted Ones novel, they say that the Twisted animatronics dig themselves up and bury themselves for the day. Dig themselves up for the night, bury themselves for the day.
Played in Pizzeria Simulator. Within the minigame, the player can access a hidden exit in the 4th lap of the race. If they successfully do so, they will be led to a separate path down from the normal track. However, if the player exits the car and goes left toward this area, they will access another area of the map, and in the distance, a dirt pile will be viewable. This dirt pile would make no sense unless you read the Twisted Ones novel.
I read the whole Twisted Ones novel 5 times.
In the book, the quote-unquote twisted animatronics would dig themselves up during the day and then dig themselves out once the night struck in order to go out on murderous rampages. This little detail originally suggested that the books and games existed in the same universe, but nowadays we know that's not the case. It still would have been a pretty cool concept in my opinion, though. Rise of the Frankenfreddy. The Curse of Dreadbear DLC for FNAF VR originally had a different name before its release. This
Rise of Frankenfreddy. Well, you need to pay dollars for that?
Shows a promo for the Halloween DLC Curse of Dreadbear,
or
as it was referred to at the time, Rise of the Frankenfreddy. The Rise of the Frankenfreddy name was eventually removed before release, and now the Halloween DLC is referred to as Curse of Dreadbear. Shadow Man in the Hallway. There's an extremely old photo that came up here and there on the release of FNAF 2, where supposedly a silhouette of a man could be seen in the
I can
hallway
see that.
camera.
Look, see.
While this was certainly possible, it was debunked rather quickly when people looked at the game files for FNAF 2 and found no asset of the Shadow Man appearing in the main hallway anywhere in the game. Still, though, if it were real, it would raise a lot of eyebrows as to what it could be. And
William
I
Afton.
believe that this would have been William Afton if this hoax turned out to be true. Apocalypse animatronics. This refers to an April Fool's joke Scott made in the
Apocalypse animatronics. Sound some more twisted animatronics alarm. Actually, no, don't.
form of a steam.
Honestly, we had to sound the alarms 3 times. The twist animatronics, the draw animatronics, and the apocalyptic animatronics is the 3rd time we had to sound the alarms.
Where he said the movie is about apocalyptic animatronics and humanity getting into a war. There's a lot of other stuff regarding time travel.
Wait, 2029?
Freddy can shapeshift and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Wait a minute. Okay, let's see. The year is 2029, and the world is a cheered ruin of what it once was. The battle against the machines raged for a decade, and humanity has almost been wiped out by one man. Walton turned how to fight back and smash those animatronic monsters into junk. The animatronics led by apocalyptic Freddy, aka me that drunk too much caffeine and gone onto a rampage, and decided there's one way to win the war. They have to send an animatronic back in time to kill Wilton's mother's cousin, because that someday prevented Wilton. Probably sends himself back in time just before the humans won the war, and how reprograms the woman protector in the past. Now, for future, as does the battle with Freddy, and Freddy's now liquid fur and turn into fireballs and other things now for the battle begin.
I'll show you the plot for it on screen, so pause the video if you want to take a look at it. And thus, a perfect way to conclude this layer of the iceberg.
Apocalyptic Freddy is basically just me that drunk too much Starbucks and drunk too much Starbucks and drunk too much of my favorite drinks, Starbucks, bubble tea, and whatever else I like to drink, and then I just gone on a rampage. I just gone on and then played Mario Party 1 and. I played Mario Party 1, lost to flippin' Yoshi, and gone on to a killing rampage. Oh.
Min arenas are in Fun with Plus Trap. In FNAF VR, the Min arenas can appear in both the Fun
God
with
dang
Plus
it,
Trap
that's the first,
and Fun with
that's
Nightmare
the
BB
10th time
minigame.
that this fell.
However, the only video I found of this event actually occurring is from a Twitch streamer who caught the Min arena Easter egg while playing Fun with Nightmare BB.
Hello? Oh, you're a lot bigger than I remember. Ooh, what the fuck?
Ooh, what the beep?
Considering this was the only footage I was able to find of this event happening, I believe it's safe to say that it's incredibly rare to get
It's
this Easter egg in
raping
particular.
time.
Bonnie and Chica jump scare
It's
glitch. There's a
raping
really
time.
old video up on YouTube which shows off a glitch in the first Five Nights at Freddy's game, which would only occur in earlier versions of the game. This glitch would involve having Bonnie or Chica arrive in your office, and as soon as their jump scare would start playing, to rapidly
This is what I do if the CD plus doesn't work.
Bonnie or Chica arrive in your office, and as soon as their
This is
jump
what I
scare
do.
would start
Yoy!
playing, to rapidly open and close your camera. This would set their jump scare into a loop and would prevent the player from dying until they stopped flipping the camera up and down. This glitch was eventually patched in a later version of the game and can no longer be done. Mike and FNAF
I can do that. It was like it's so easy, and then like when I do that, I can always last at 6 a.m. I can always go. By the way, just to mention that I know this like really thing. I know that like you know on the FNAF 2 trailer, they're like you see there's a show that it starts with some children saying and wooded Bonnie activating. If you reverse that, it actually spells out. The children is actually saying this: Mike Kilo, Mike Kilo, Mike Kilo, da 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 da.
game files. In the game files for FNAF 2, a strange sprite can be found outside of
Yeah, I'll show you. It's on the very long one. It's on the long one, which is like 2 hours long. Okay, I'll show you. Mike Kyolo.
Character art for the
Mike Kyolo. Mike Kyolo. Mike Kyolo. I'll just do it. I'll just search it up. FNAF 2 Mike Kyolo. FNAF 2 Mike Kyolo. Look at this. 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 This is actually. Here you go. Here you go. Here we go. Listen to it. Listen to it first. See, I told you. It's like Mike Kilo, Mike Kilo. It's like this. The killer is out, Mike Kilo. The killer is out, Mike Kilo, Mike Kilo, and yeah, like that.
office frame for the game. The sprite itself is an edited picture of a frogget from Undertale, and it includes the name of Mike. It includes no coding
Mike?
and has absolutely no purpose in the game itself.
Oh yeah,
This
look,
has led me
Mike.
to believe that Scott intentionally left this here for people to find, seeing as people managed to
The
find the game files
Mike
for FNAF 1.
Killer.
Other than that, there's no real
Killer,
purpose that this holds,
Mike
at least not yet.
Killer,
There is a Reddit
Mike
post that makes a finished
Killer,
version of the sprite,
Mike
included with bunny ears and everything.
Mike
The FNAF 3 map is Anim Dude. If you rotate
Oh,
the map
Anim
for
Dude,
FNAF 3
the
180
Scott Cawthon's
degrees,
avatar.
then the context of the map match exactly that of Anim Dude, with the
Yeah, if
running
you just
and everything.
flip
I
it.
haven't seen anyone else bring this up online,
Dun,
so
dun,
discovering
dun. If
this
you
for
just
the first
flip
time
it a
was
whole
really
180.
shocking for me. CD Plus on Phantom Balloon Boy.
CD
After
Plus,
writing
it's
up
CD
this
Plus
image of
again.
Phantom Balloon Boy, some people claim to see CD Plus encrypted on his hat. Once it's pointed out to you, it's
Maybe
pretty
if the
hard to miss.
Phantom-
However,
Maybe if the Phantom Balloon Boy jump scare is happening, press CD plus. Then it will warp you to the next night.
I don't think this was something Scott intentionally left in. Like, yeah, if you look at it a certain way, it can say CD+, but I personally don't believe it means anything. Golden Freddy after game over screen. In FNAF 1, after getting transported to the game over screen, there is a 1 in 10,000 chance that instead of going back to the main menu, you will
Yeah, legit. That's what I looked like when I first got into the suit.
Be transported to Golden Freddy's jump scare. Considering the chances of this event actually occurring, it's understandable how it'd be incredibly difficult to come across the jump scare this way. However, there is a video by Eerie Echo which shows them getting jump scared by Golden Freddy through the game over screen. Version 1.0 is lost.
I told you 1.0 is
Five
lost.
Nights at Freddy's is considered to be another piece of FNAF lost media since it was never actually released. As stated before, the earliest version of FNAF 1 that was released publicly was version 1.1. It's speculated that version 1.0 contained a lot of beta content, including the beta camera map and the lives count, which were both contain a lot of beta content, including the beta camera map.
Wait a minute. The beta camera map, the kitchen has a range. Even though the kitchen, you can't see the kitchen camera, it still has a range of the camera.
The lives count, which were both scrapped for the game's initial release. Furthermore, many people believe that the video on Scott's channel named Five Nights at Freddy's gameplay is version 1.0.
No, Five Nights.
Considering it includes the lives.
No, the one that says Five Nights is probably 1.0.
Which people believed was in version 1.0. However, it's highly unlikely that people will ever be able to experience version 1.0 of the first Five Nights at Freddy's, seeing as the game has maintained many updates that would have likely caused version 1.0 of the game to be scrubbed from the face of the internet. Boney. So this is the funny little typo I discovered while scavenging through FNAF internet. Boney. So this is the funny little typo I discovered while scavenging through FNAF 1's game files. So the AI counter that Bon uses during the office segment of the game is hilariously named Boney. What's even funnier is that this same typo stuck through FNAF 2 and 3, meaning Scott had no intentions to even fix the typo, which I find pretty hilarious. Just figured this would be a funny little topic to go over as we dive deeper down the iceberg. Devil Freddy was yet another hoax.
Sound the other twisted / hell animatronic alarm for
animatronic said to appear in Ultimate Custom Night. The whole premise behind Devil Freddy's existence
the King video.
Very bizarre. Anyways, there's a whole video basically explaining how to quote-unquote existence is very bizarre. Anyways, there's a whole video basically explaining how
there's the hell version of me. This is basically is that blood? This is basically me being drunk and going on a killing spree.
Quote unquote unlock Devil Freddy, and the person has made
666.
Basically explaining how to quote unquote unlock Devil Freddy.
666.
And the person has made other such amazing content, such as unlocking Demon Springtrap and
Demon
Secret
Springtrap
Granny event. The person who made these is named Kamina Gaming, and it's pretty obvious he's just doing this for the views. Still, it's really dumb how this even happened, so let's just move on. Beating the third level in Fruity Maze. So, Fruity Maze is a mini-game that you can play in Pizzeria Simulator.
It's all
and the mini-game
out.
is 3 levels. It's a Pac-Man game that you can play in Pizzeria Simulator, and the mini-game
Spring Bonnie.
3 levels. It's a Pac-Man styled mini-game where you have to collect all the fruits within an amount of time. However, the third level is often seen as impossible, considering that there's no real feasible way to actually get all the fruit before the time runs out. However, DJ Sturf made a video showing that it actually is possible to beat the third level of Fruity Maze, so that's just kind of it. Night 99999.
Oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about, like earlier. Night 999999999. Look at this. If I take a screenshot of it, Okay, if I take a screenshot and look at this. 66666.
999. Like the night 8 glitch in FNAF 1, you can make the night counter in the game act weird and basically
freaking
do
out.
A bunch of insane stuff. You can make the night counter in the office say night 999999999. DJ Sturf also made a video
Look, but if you flip it 666666666 THGIN. Tight. Look at this. Here's 9999999999999, right? Bong bong bong. Night 666666666666666.
Casing this off pretty well, so go check him out if you haven't already. He's a great guy. The newspaper changed. In one of the more recent patches for FNAF 1, the newspaper that you see when you start a new game actually has a...
The phone number changed. It was supposed to be 1888 Fazbear. Now it's 1555 Fazbear.
All change in it, but it's so subtle that unless it's been pointed out to you, you probably wouldn't have even noticed it. In earlier versions of the game, the phone number provided in the newspaper used to say 1888 Fazbear, but after the specific patch was applied, the phone number now reads 1555 Fazbear. It's unknown as to why this number was changed. Perhaps there's some story I'm not aware of. I'm just grasping straws here. Maybe there was a phone number somebody made that was actually 1888 Fazbear, and that's why Scott changed it. Again, I don't know, but it's still an interesting change and a very subtle one at that. FNAF 1 Foxy and FNAF 2. So in the FNAF franchise, there are two events in which the Foxy model from FNAF 1 actually appears in the second FNAF game. The first of which is this teaser, which shows FNAF 1 Foxy alongside Mangle, who appears in FNAF 2. Keep in mind, this teaser was made specifically for the second game, so FNAF 1 Foxy appearing here doesn't make a lot of sense. And secondly, in the FNAF 2 section in FNAF VR Help Wanted, there are some instances where FNAF 1 Foxy appears in the hallway.
Wait, what?
It doesn't make a lot of sense. And secondly, in the FNAF 2 section in FNAF VR Help Wanted, there are some instances where FNAF 1 Foxy appears in the hallway, acting similarly to how Withered Foxy did in FNAF 2. I believe this was changed when the Withered update came, which added all the Withered animatronics to the game, including Withered Foxy. Still, though I could be wrong, I definitely do remember seeing FNAF 1 Foxy in FNAF VR, though. For Afton children, there was an early sister location idea that there were 4 children in the Afton family. Michael Afton, Elizabeth Afton, and idea that there were 4 children in the Afton family. Michael Afton, Elizabeth Afton, and the crying child. So
Evan
what about
Afton.
The 4th child?
That's Evan Afton, by the way.
From what I could gather online, the rumor says that this kid who is seen in one of the FNAF 4 minigames is actually this kid who is seen wearing the Freddy mask in the Night 5 minigame, and that he's actually an Afton child. It's really far-fetched if you ask me, but hey, there are some crackhead theories out there. Might as well
Well, the Afton family is really big. There's William Afton, Michael Afton, crying child, Elizabeth Afton, and the mom, which is unknown name Afton.
Even more, Withered Bonnie's bow tie clips.
Wait,
I understand
really?
this is somewhat common knowledge, but in Withered Bonnie's custom-made mugshot in FNAF 2, there's a red object that can be seen on the far right side of Withered Bonnie's jaw. Some people were wondering what this could be. Some people had theories more crazy than others, but at the end of the day, this just turned out to be Withered Bonnie's bow tie clipping through Withered Bonnie's jaw. It's simple erroring done by Scott and nothing else.
Simple erroring.
Distorted plushies. In the game
Distorted
files for FNAF
plushies?
VR, there's a series of weird-looking plushies that don't appear in
Wait,
the game.
what?
These plushies are distorted versions of Freddy, Funtime Foxy, and Foxy.
Vent
there isn't anything
repairs.
known as to what these plushies were used for, if they were even used at all. Supposedly, they appeared in the blacklight levels in the vent repair minigames. Other than that, they're basically just an elaborate piece of
Funtime
VR.
Foxy's head is
Demo
so big.
wallpapers. The Kickstarter for the first Five Nights at Freddy's game would have rewarded people with supposed wallpapers of the game if they had donated enough money to the project. However, since nobody donated any money for the project, none of the rewards were given to people, including the wallpapers. It's unknown as to what these wallpapers would have looked like, and it's unlikely that Scott still has them in his possession, meaning that they are all now officially lost. Beacon Bonnie. Beacon Bonnie is a really rare animatronic that can appear in Funtime Foxy's Night Terrors minigame, specifically the blacklight version. Summoning Beacon Bonnie is really bizarre, and it's insane how people were even able to discover him in the first place.
Actually, never mind.
Times when playing the mode, an endoskeleton will appear on the map, and when you get really close to him, you will receive a jump scare from Beacon Bonnie. Concerning how supposedly rare Beacon Bonnie is, many people were skeptical of his existence. That is, until people discovered Beacon Bonnie himself in the game files. Needless to say, Beacon Bonnie remains one of the most elusive parts of FNAF Help Wanted.
Bonnie. The Abyss.
Night. This refers to a glitch that could occur in FNAF 1, where the night number wouldn't show up and would just say night. I'm not sure as to the validity of this, but it does make sense in a technical
power
state.
left 10%.
However, I couldn't find any evidence of this glitch actually occurring, and I couldn't find anything in the MFA.
Dude, like, you know, I found a glitch. It was like when I start the game, the power meter will get stuck at 99.
FNAF 1 that could
it's like when you fail. It's like when you fail with the infinite power glitch on that I showcased on one of my videos. It'll get transitioned over to the next night, which the power counter will just render as 9. The power counter will never go down and just render as 99.
Sock Puppet. In the game files for FNAF 2, the puppet is referred to as Sock Puppet. Judging by the name that a representative of the puppet animatronic has within the game's files, this nickname was most likely nothing more than just a name referred to by Scott, and is something I haven't seen anyone bring up yet. Nightmare Balloon Boy was in FNAF 4 before the Halloween update. An image dump of the original FNAF 4 reveals that there are a lot of images of Nightmare Balloon Boy in the Fun with Plush Trap minigame, meaning that all of these assets of Nightmare Balloon Boy were made before the Halloween update was even made. It's incredibly bizarre as seeing Nightmare Balloon Boy here being completely unused and simply within the game before the Halloween update is something that doesn't occur often in these games.
Maybe Scott just planned ahead.
Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is real. Amidst the release of Five Nights at Freddy's, a certain image circulated the internet by storm. This image depicts that Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is indeed a real location and that the games took off from this location.
No, it didn't.
Obviously, it's fake, but it still remains as one of the most nostalgic parts about the series, even if we all look back at it now and laugh at it. Lamar Afton. Lamar Afton was made by a YouTuber named Blackfoot Ferret, and the theory revolved around how there was an Afton child named Lamar Afton. I haven't watched the video itself.
Wait, that's Charlie Emily. That's the Henry's daughter, which goes possessed by the puppet.
But from what people have told me, it's another one of those crackhead
It's
theories.
3 hours long.
I'm just going to take their word on it. FNAF went based off of Aurora Chuck E. Cheese shooting. The 1993 Aurora... word on it. FNAF went based off of Aurora...
Wait, they just stopped the music.
Cheese shooting. The 1993 Aurora, Colorado shooting took place on December 14th, 1993, when 4 employees were shot and killed and a 5th employee was seriously injured at a Chuck E. Cheese's restaurant in Aurora, Colorado, United States. The perpetrator, 19-year-old Nathan Dunlap, a former employee of the restaurant, was...
Dude, they're being so respectful to the people that were killed by stopping the music.
About being fired 5 months prior to the shooting and sought revenge by committing the attack. The incident has since gone down as being one of Colorado's most tragic events, and Nathan Dunlap currently sits in jail for life. Now, what does this have to do with Five Nights at Freddy's? Well, Game Theory made a theory stating that the incident was what the story of Five Nights at Freddy's was taken off of. There was quite a bit of evidence to support this theory, but Scott later came out and deconfirmed the theory, and I'm honestly kind of glad that the story of the game didn't turn out to be inspired off the event. As it would have
Naked
come
in the
off
skeleton
as
needs
disrespectful to
suit.
the families of the victims who were shot and injured. Still, it's a tragic event and one we shouldn't take lightly. 1980 injured. Still, it's...
Oh, that Freddy's like... I'm just like, oh, sorry, didn't know that you're made of the flesh, not metal.
Tragic event and one we shouldn't take lightly. 1987 in FNAF 2. So this is really interesting.
1987.
Not only was it interesting to learn, but I haven't seen anyone bring it up online. So I was scavenging the MFA for FNAF 2, right? And I was looking at the frame for the custom night, But I found something. I found a counter called 1987, which
1987.
I'm hoping that rings some bells to some of you by now.
Ring the
Surely enough,
1987
there's code
alert.
in the custom-made frame which checks for if Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy had their AI set in the order of 1987. Unfortunately, though, after that, it doesn't do anything else. But still, it's really fascinating that nobody has talked about this yet. And as for why it's still here, I think the reason why this went unused was because this was made before Golden Freddy got turned into a base character to the second game. So obviously, after Golden Freddy got turned, and why this went unused was because this was made before Golden Freddy got turned into a base character.
You're talking about
to the second game. So obviously,
Freddy,
after Golden Freddy was added onto the base game for FNAF 2, Scott didn't feel like the 1987 Easter egg would be elusive anymore, and so it went unused. Unused section in Happiest Day minigame. While I was scavenging through the game files for FNAF 3, I found something really interesting in the Happiest Day minigame frame. As you can see, there is an entire section below the actual minigame that is never seen. If this layout looks familiar to you, it's because this layout was taken from the BB's Air Adventure minigame, which would make sense considering how Scott has a habit of reusing things for his games. What's interesting, however, is
Shadow
this
Balloon
section.
Boy.
In BB's Air Adventure, these platforms would simply appear as regular platforms, but here they appear as tables. This has a really simple explanation.
Maybe it's another room in the restaurant, but maybe it's a storage room for the tables in the restaurant.
Scott replaced the platforms used in the BB's Air
Bad
Adventure
end.
with the tables, and
Good
they
end.
textures
The end
in this
too.
section down here as well.
Demo end.
I just
Rare
find it weird
1,
how
rare
Scott
2,
never
rare
bothered
3.
to remove all of this.
It says on the sidebar, see?
Space on the game. Now, like FNAF 3 isn't already small enough as it is. I'm just saying. Still, I just wanted to show you guys more cool stuff because I haven't heard anyone talk about this at all. Five Nights at Freddy's will never end.
Yeah,
really
it'll totally
think
never
about
end.
this one for a second. If you recall the story of Ultimate Custom Night, then you may remember that the story is pretty much how
trapped in
William
hell
Afton is stuck in purgatory in the hands of Cassidy, who is revealed to be the spirit who possesses Golden Freddy, and the game is pretty much William Afton being stuck playing endlessly against the animatronics for eternity. So, with that in mind, really think about this for a second. What if what we're being told here is true? That William Afton will be stuck in purgatory forever, no matter how long it lasts. The story.
Oh, I just noticed.
Five Nights at Freddy's will continue as Golden Freddy keeps torturing William Afton for eternity. No matter how much time passes or how long we wait, this is how the fate of William Afton is decided. And it's from this that we truly discover that Five Nights at Freddy's will truly never end.
Yeah, there's the security breach coming up, and there's the Freddy Fazbear and Friends on tour. There's probably two more episodes of Freddy Fazbear and Friends on tour, since they need to static all the numbers and yada yada yada, and all of that mess. I tried cracking the code, and I think it's gonna release in Christmas, guys. Or it might be this month.
And there you go. That was the Five Nights at Freddy's Iceberg. Sorry this took so long.
Alright, also thank you guys for watching. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. I don't trust them. I don't trust these anymore. Alright. On second thought, they just look like Frankenstein monsters. These just look like Frankenstein monsters. They're motorist and demonic. Okay. Yeah, on second thought, they just look like Frankenstein monsters. can we talk? Can we talk about this? I've been heavily blacklisted with Mangle. Don't worry, Mangle. You. Oh great, that's just a normal Mangle. I mislooked. Surely the door kill animatronics isn't like FNAF next. Isn't like just FNAF next generation. FNAF in the parallel universe. Isn't that right? I'm in danger. Run. Get in the car. I don't have a driver's license, but yeah, yeah, I don't have a driver's license, by the way. Yeah, yeah, I'm just gonna go find a secret hideout, by the way.